Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis. We've been talking about game shows, and I feel like I'm all game show mode. How are you doing today, Jonathan?
I'm good, thanks. No,
You're good, thanks. Yes, so we are here today to talk about the female players of Paramount Plus's The Challenge All-Star Season 3. So, after we did yesterday, did you have any thoughts or feelings about how the cards kind of went? Like, did any dreams happen about these players? How are you feeling?
No, I did. I mean, I just I kind of let it all go, and then we just see what happens from there. But yeah, I didn't have any sort of feelings about this upcoming today about what's going to happen. I'm just interested in doing it, seeing how it all works out, especially with both of us kind of doing it and just seeing kind of the overlapping elements to it. And if that's, how accurate that may be, we'll eventually find out. So.
Well, after I end up doing a 3.5 hour podcast about well, not this cast, but about a fantasy, the Challenge 38 cast, and it got kind of heated because so how we were doing it is that we each made our own list of 6 men, 6 women that are like vets. Then it was four competitors. So 4 men, 4 women competitors. And so that's anybody is new to the franchise within the last 5 years, 5 seasons. And then we had the prospects. So 2 men and 2 women that we haven't seen on the challenge at all. So it could be from reality TV, it could be from anywhere. And so there's a few people that I ended up losing that I'm just like pissed that because we each would put up a person and then we'd put up somebody to go against them. And if we all had that person, they'd automatically go on the cast. But if there was any discrepancy, we'd put it to a vote in the chat. So the people, want to hear the people I lost? Yeah. I lost Coral. I lost, who's the other one? Landon. I lost, I wanted Nina. You don't know who Nina is, but Nina, Sandra Diaz, Twines' daughter, who was amazing on Australian Survivor. I lost her to Liana from Survivor last season. Like, please. I lost.
Did she ask for your idol?
Pardon me?
Did she ask for your idol that you don't have?
I lost Tyson to Jonathan this season. I'm just like, okay, well, fine. I lost. Okay, so you watched last season. So Priscilla. So remember Priscilla, the black girl from the UK that kind of disrupted the vet's plan. So I thought that she'd be great to be on the show. I lost her to, I think it was Amber, to Davon. It's like, ugh.
Who didn't?
Sorry, Davon. I know everybody loves Davon, but I just don't feel like seeing her again.
Who didn't you lose? I don't know that I understand the full concept of this. I would have to watch the podcast, but
so if you can kind of see my list, right? So I had my ideal people that I wanted to that I would put on this particular cast, and so we would be kind of putting them up against each other. So like I said, if we all had that person, so the people that we all had was we all had Wes, we all had CT, we all had Johnny Bananas. I won Darrell. I won The Miz. Also people that I won, Evelyn, Killer Cam. Oh, I lost Susie. I forgot who I lost Susie to. Emily, I won. Laurel, I won. Turbo, I got on to. I'm going to put up Jay. Lost Jay. Kells, Theo Campbell, I won. So I only lost 9 people, but out of the people that I suggested. But I was just so pissed about the Liana. I was just like, Liana's terrible. She's not good strategically. She's not that entertaining, in my opinion.
Yeah, she played emotionally.
Yes. Okay, so hi, Melvin. Melvin's here. I would love to see Wes win. Yeah, I mean, no, actually, I don't know if I want to see Wes win. I want to see him play, but he's won enough. I wouldn't mind seeing a new winner being able to overcome playing the game against Wes. I do feel that he has a lot of potential to do well, but he has also a lot of adversaries, which I think is fun because I like seeing him sweat. But anyways, I was like really in my feelings about some of these players that I lost. I lost Bailey as well.
I mean,
Bailey, I think
three and a half hours. I would be off the wall at 3.5 hours. Let me tell you.
Well, it doesn't really feel like that in the end. It just feels like an hour. But anyways, so that's what
women for the challenge today.
Yes.
Exciting.
Yes. So let's see if my computer is working because it was kind of being a little bit glitchy. So our first woman that we're going to read the cards for is, oh shit, I didn't even do this. Damn it. Keep talking for a bit, okay, Jonathan? I need to do some prep work because I'm silly. Just talk. Talk about how what have you been watching?
Let's see. What have I been watching? I feel like, speaking of Paramount Plus, you want to plug Paramount Plus?
Sure.
I was nothing to do with reality, but I was watching because I love me some Whoopi Goldberg. I was watching The Stand.
Sister Act?
I mean, I wish I was watching Sister Act, but I was watching The Stand and I forgot that I'd already seen it because that's how terrible it is, in my opinion. So
I don't remember The Stand.
I remember wanting to watch it and then going and clearly watching it at some point, not that long ago. And then it was a preview of it recently, and I'm like, oh, I still haven't seen that. It's Paramount Plus. I have Paramount Plus. Let's do that. And I log in, and it's like, you've already, watched all the episodes and everything. I was like,
so it's like a recent watch.
Yeah, and I'm like, let me make sure that I didn't fall asleep to some of this. And no, I'm like rewatching it. I'm like remembering it, but still not understanding what the season is. Because, I mean, if we want to talk about some things that are happening in kind of, or currently, it does star. I mean, it's more of it has a bunch of people on it, but one of the people is Amber Heard, which
God, give me more. I have been watching that trial. I think I'm a lawyer now. I hate her team. I am so team Johnny Depp that like I wouldn't be able to testify on the stand because like it's shocking what's going on.
Yeah,
it's fascinating.
I know like I don't want to jump on any sort of bandwagons, but right from the very beginning, I always felt that she's like unstable and behind everything. And just, I'm also team Johnny Depp, even though, obviously, do I condone most of what went on by either party? Absolutely not. And if anyone was doing either or, it would be such a remove myself from that situation instantly. And I love how he like casually talks about doing drugs with Paul Bettany, things like that. I'm like, I don't even like taking prescription drugs, and obviously I don't drink or anything, but it's just so far removed. But I do Johnny Depp on this. And here's the thing, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, they're both actors, and they're both, in my opinion, putting on a performance. So
oh my God, but some of their actual like fights, I don't know, the whatever fight where he's like slamming all the cupboards, like I actually felt like I was in an acting class where I'm like, it was so dramatic. Like, what are you doing, Johnny? Yeah. You're slamming cupboards. I'm angry. Like, I'm like, like
I do find that like actors, especially, not all of them by any means whatsoever, but certain people, you have to reach the extreme of your emotions so frequently, and it tests you, and it's hard to recover from a lot of that stuff. And because it pushes you to certain limits, it really kind of stretches you emotionally out as a person. And I find a lot tend to take on the personalities of some of their characters or some elements of them that they've experienced before. And it just seems, and then we call it being very actory, and it's just them as a person now. And they're just like, ooh, and like, and it's, so I just don't, anyone who's been doing it to their level and for as long as they've done it at that level, I'm just like, there's no way you're a regular person. So it's just, I'm sure it's all, their whole life's one big kind of, tapping into, it really is a show, even for themselves. I don't know when, like, Johnny Depp became British at some point, like
Well,
Madonna.
he lives in France. Like, he's a resident of France. So, and
Still, I mean,
I think though that like being a little bit particular when you actually speaking is helpful when you're in France if you're speaking English at all. So I think it's also him being poetic with how he speaks.
Of course, and you see him pausing and taking his time. It's very put on, is what I'm saying. My grandparents have been here since they were 18 years old in Canada. I'm first generation Canadian, and it's they still have their accent from where they came from. So it's because it's embedded in you. So I'm like, Johnny Depp has been here, like in North America and whatnot. He wasn't born and raised to have that.
I think it's actually more of his like getting rid of his Southern accent.
It's that theater kind of way of speaking.
Yes, it's a little bit theater.
And it's not just him. It's like I'm calling it out because I know so many actors who do it who don't live in France or have never lived in France or anything like that, and they just put it on because that's.
I mean, I put it on a little bit when I'm in London and when I'm in France. I definitely put on a little bit of an accent.
This is how we speak.
I prefer it, but we do have some people that are here for the main event, and that's talking about.
Okay, we're ready now. We're ready now.
We are ready now. Thank you for the stall. So Melvin wants to know what's the best team up ever in the challenge. So do you mean like going against each other head to head? Head to head. What was the best head to head that happened? I definitely remember back in the day when Hall Brawl wasn't all the time, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, these people are doing Hall Brawl. Like, oh wow. Like, I don't remember who the matchups were, but it was like an epic matchup. And so I do remember in the past that I've been wowed by a matchup on Hall Brawl. I just don't remember who they were at this right now. I'd have to just go back and research a bit. Anybody come to your mind?
I mean, there's a million. I don't even remember specifically because wasn't it like, who's the one who was it CT who carried someone on their back during when they're like,
oh, the bananas backpack. Yes. So that was a Cutthroat, I think. And he came in as kind of like a mercenary where he was just like, he was one of the people that was going against the two that went down into elimination. I think it's Cutthroat.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a million of them though. I'm like, didn't Kyle break his finger? The other year, or whatever.
I don't know if that's epic, but
I mean, like, but they're just going. These are all great team ups for me when someone injures themselves as well.
Hi, Joshua. Joshua said, "We send drinking coffee, eating a donut, and listening to Reality Realness." Yes, enjoy that donut. Do you have a sprinkled donut? What kind of donut are you eating? Laurel and Cara in Free Agents. I don't remember what happened there. Hold on, let's think. Free Agents. What was the competition? You guys have such good memories. I have to like go back and actually like watch them after like 15 years. I mean, team up as a group or alliance. Okay. I mean, I know it's pretty classic and typical, but when Wes and Bananas decided to get together and be under the radar and like work together in, was it Double Agents? When was that? A couple years ago. I did enjoy them putting aside their rivalry and decided to work together. So I like that personally. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cara versus Camilla, I think in Invasions, or maybe it was Camilla versus Laura. Invasions. What was the challenge though? I have like, hours and hours of TV in my head.
I don't know why you're asking me this, why you brought me on and talking about this. I don't remember what happened last week. So
Old Fashioned Glaze is so good. Yes, Old Fashioned Glaze is good. Where did you get it from? We don't get to have some of the fancy donuts that they have over in the States. Free Agents was the wall climb where they gave a punch in the wall and make holes to climb it. Laurel won. She also lost one of those against Ninja, so there's always that. But let's get to what we're really here to do. Let's talk about these players in terms of tarot and playing cards. So, our first person that is going to be up is someone that hasn't been on the series for that long, or like in a little while. The last time that they were on the main season and they didn't really have a great showing, but it was really exciting to see them when they came back. Let's take a look at Veronica. It's a little fire energy. Veronica coming back to play. Let's see. Where's her photo? Her photo should be here somewhere. There she is.
Veronica.
So, do you like Veronica? What are your feelings around her?
Meh. I don't know. She's kind of like a filler queen. No, I mean, like, it's just she's just kind of there for me. I don't love Veronica. I don't hate Veronica. As a character, yeah, I don't have much feelings towards her. I don't really care if she's there or not. I mean, she could be. Oh, what did you pull? Yeah, let's see.
I pulled the Ace of Cups. So I'm not sure what this means because, as I mentioned yesterday, I got the Ace of Wands that ended up being a first boot. So I'm wondering if this could mean that Veronica is a first boot. Aces are about new beginnings. Cups, though, are about relationships, emotions. It's a water sign. So I'm wondering if maybe she will make a new romantic relationship with someone on this season, or make some sort of new friendship that might have some loving perks. It definitely isn't a winning card, but it is a winning card in the sense of maybe having a new relationship. So maybe she's out first. It could be that, first out, make new friendship, new relationship, but still goes out pretty quickly. Or it has nothing to do with the game and it has to do with her making an emotional connection with somebody. So it doesn't really say that much. It's not a winning card at all in terms of this game, but yeah, it could be a first boot.
Interesting. Ready for mine?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, I haven't looked yet. Let's see what it is. 8 of Spades. So this is, we've talked about this yesterday. Spades is kind of that like determination. I see someone kind of forging through. This is a good card. So I feel like if it's not speaking about how far she actually makes it, which I think it is to me, I don't see a first boot. I see someone who actually kind of gets in with the right people and is more of a 3/4 of the way through type of a person. So, but if it's not talking about her placement in the game, it would be talking about kind of maybe like being able to really kind of push through some sort of hurdle that she experiences or whatnot quite successfully. But I think overall, I'm going to say 3/4 of the way through. So I think she does actually half decent.
As you were talking, what kind of popped into my head is maybe this card is suggesting out of her group of people, her friends, the people that she likes, loves in the game, maybe she'll be the first out of those, like the person that is first maybe targeted out of her grouping. So most likely, so she's good friends with Tina, of course, and she's also, I believe, good friends with Jemmy. So out of the three of them, maybe she will be the first to leave out of that group. So
first to go out of her group. Yeah, I think we both don't really see her at the end though.
No, I don't see her there.
No, neither.
Not with these cards. All right, next up is, just talked about her. It's Tina. Are you a Tina fan? I can't remember.
Am I a Tina fan?
That's a no. Okay. Just take a deep breath.
I think it's funny because there are so many polarizing people on the challenge in general. But there's a whole bunch of middle ground people for me. So I either really, really like you, or I don't. And everyone else kind of falls in the middle, obviously. But Tina, I'm gonna say no. She's one of those ones that I don't really enjoy.
I like Tina.
Well,
I mean,
I
even
just like
last
the
season,
drama she can bring potentially, but I'm not a fan.
I'm interested in what she's going to do. She's not a boring person. And so, even last season, with her bringing the disposable shorts that she gave to Ryan, like she's always kind of looking to have a little bit of fun. And I appreciate that about her. She's not just going to be a wallflower and just like wait for things to happen. She wants to be in the mix and involved in things. And I'm always looking to see like where's Tina? What's Tina doing? What's she at? Is she scheming? Is she plotting? Is she making jokes? So I'm a Tina fan. I find that she brings a lot to the table. But what do your cards say about her for this game? Is it Queen of what?
Hearts, Queen of Hearts.
That's a good card, no?
Yeah, it's a great card. I would say obviously with heart, I don't even think I got any hearts yesterday for anyone, but hearts is obviously.
It's interesting that for the first two cards, like cups, Ace of Cups is like Ace of Hearts. So it's funny that we're on the women's side and we already have some hearts in here. It's just interesting.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's obviously passion, it's love, it's all of the above. Although I don't think it's anything to do with a relationship. I think it has to do with because we're asking about how she fares in this game, and I think she does really well. That could very well be I mean, I want to see diamonds if I'm talking about winning the game, but Queen of Hearts is right up there. So it's like has a really big emotional impact on the season, which could mean making the finale, could be winning. I personally get the feeling that she definitely gets really close, if not does make the finale. So good card. Good card.
Good card for Tina. And on my draft, we're doing a draft with points with those boys as well. And I have Tina on my draft because I feel like she is going to get me a lot of points. She tends to narrate the seasons.
Yeah, you like win all the drafts. So yeah, she's going to do well.
I don't win with these two, actually. I come in second usually. But I went with all the loudmouths. So I want all the confessional points, all the fight points, all the makeup points. Like I'm playing kind of like when you play spades and you shoot the moon. I'm shooting the moon.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get them with Tina, I'm sure.
I have Veronica. I have Tina. So I got interesting. So the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So reverse cards blocked energy. Upright, this is usually a card about charity and about giving to others and taking care of others financially and blocking that. So what would that mean? Blocking others financially? Okay, maybe winning, maybe taking some money from some other people, maybe getting in the way of other people's dollars. So yeah, maybe she's going to be a really active force in this game where she is taking out some of the big dogs and preventing people from getting in the way of her getting the money. So I think that this supports the card that you got, that she might move further along into the game than I was originally anticipating for her. And maybe she's going to stop some people from getting money because she might get a piece of the pie.
Okay, Tina, this might be your season. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see, Tina. Get it. That'd be fun.
Tina's like, I came to win.
I would love if she came to win. Joshua was eating a Krispy Kreme. I do have a Krispy Kreme right across the street from my house, actually. So Josh is saying Ronnie, Veronica, and Darrell were on the winning team of the Gauntlet 1. Tina was there too, but didn't make it to the end. Man, I literally saw the Gauntlet 1 when it came out on the air. It's so long ago. If I watch it again, though, I'd probably be like, oh, yeah, I remember this. But right now, I don't remember the Gauntlet 1. If you were told to create the best alliance, would you pick mine? Or who would you pick? Mine would be CT Bananas, Kyle, Tony Time, Wes, and a female who knows what she's doing. I'm not a fan of Tony. I lost somebody to Tony. I think Tony won against Landon. I'm like, what? I mean, I'm not a fan of Tony. I don't really like his antics. I don't really like how he treats women. And yeah, he's not my favorite type of player, but I'd watch the rest of them. And Kendall, Veronica, and Darrell were on the winning team of Road Rules team of Inferno. Right. Well, which is good for them to maybe be grouping together. So I think that that's positive for all of them. And then even bringing in Tina and Jemmy into that group, that could be pretty powerful to go up against the West side of things. All right, next up, I'm going to pick first is someone who I am not a fan of, really. Sylvia. How do you feel about Sylvia?
I'm even blanking on who Sylvia is. I need a picture. Who's Sylvia?
Oh, shoot, right.
We have Tina.
Sorry, well, they look kind of similar.
That's how I feel about Sylvia. I don't even know who she is, Sylvia.
I don't think that she's one of the lavender ladies.
Gosh, I mean, you're catching me on like
my memory. Oh, man. Hold on a second. Technology is not being my friend today.
33, so she's fairly one of the younger ones for the season.
Yeah, I would have never really expect her to be cast here. She was running with Joss, as, was it Rivals 3 or I don't know, Rivals something, the one where Ashley ended up winning. She came second with Joss, sorry, from the UK.
Gosh.
Okay.
I don't know for sure. These are people like I forget on purpose. Same with titles for like I'm like, you're like, yeah, this is Double H. I'm like, I hear it once and I never think about the title again in my life. Same with Survivor. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I enjoy it while I'm watching it, but it does not retain. So I think I know who Sylvia is, but I don't want to even speak about it because I'm not sure.
Okay, open the
I feel like she's one of the ones who kind of blends in with everyone else for me, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just look it up on my phone while you're pulling it up.
Yeah, I found her. Like I sent them all the photos to be on my computer, and then some of them just like miraculously disappear. Just
okay, so yeah, I know Sylvia. So Sylvia, I do like Sylvia actually. So I'm going to take it back. She doesn't blend in. She's someone who is feisty, and I actually enjoy. She's not like, oh, my favorite, but she's someone who's
terrible though on her Real World season.
Gosh, again, well, how many years ago was that? I don't remember her at all.
Maybe
that's it.
Maybe, yeah. No, it's not. She's one of the most recent Real World seasons.
Maybe I didn't even watch her.
She was on the Real World season, I believe, with Ammo.
I don't remember.
Do you remember who Ammo is?
No. Well, I mean, I know the name, but like, can I picture them in my head?
Okay,
that's my dog. If you hear my dog.
Sylvia was partners with Joss on the final reckoning, and they made it to the end. And then, yeah, Ashley won. Yeah, the only time that I really cared for Sylvia was when she went up against Melissa. I can't remember which season it was, and she beat Melissa, who was like the MMA fighter at the time and really in really good shape, had a really loud mouth. And so the fact that Sylvia had beat her, I gave her some props there. But usually she's just kind of annoying, I find.
I did watch this. Yeah, I definitely remember Ammo's season.
No, she wasn't with Ammo. JJ, who's she with? I just remember not liking her season. Is she with Kayla?
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I don't remember her with Ammo.
Oh, Kayla was with Ammo. Okay. Who is she with? I remember really not liking her. And where did they have their, was it a singing? They worked for like where they had to go sing at a radio studio, or she was a singer and she wanted to like make her singing debut. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I agree. Did not like her on Real World. And then she did her Real World castmates Dirty on Invasion. Right. The guy, okay, on Invasions, and the guy that was cute.
Skeletons.
Oh, I hated all the skeletons ones. So is she with Corey? No.
So it actually started at the end of 2014. So yeah, 8 years ago, 7.5. Gosh,
Sylvia was a Bruno. That's his name. I thought Bruno was cute.
Jason, Madison, Nicole, Sylvia,
Madison.
Tony.
Oh, Madison was the one that has a baby for Tony.
Tony. I definitely watched the season, obviously, but I don't remember half these
Oh my
people.
god, that season was so.
Like,
Oh yeah, of
I'm
course. And Tony was on that season,
I'm looking
right?
at Bruno right now. I
You don't
don't
remember
remember
him? I
not at
don't remember
all.
him from the season, but I remember him from Invasions. Because
Obviously,
he,
I know Nicole Zanata is Nicole.
right.
Obvious,
Oh my gosh.
obviously.
Right. Oh my god. Thank you, Joshua. Oh my god. That's probably why I put it together, put it away. Like I'm not a fan of Nicole. I'm not a fan of Tony. Bruno wasn't that memorable. I actually liked Madison, but like the fact that she was in whatever entanglement with Tony, I was just like, this girl
The standouts
needs
for
to
me,
leave.
and probably because I've seen him on the challenge, is definitely Tony
Nicole.
and Nicole. But even without the challenge, I think those two were really the standouts for me in that season. With Sylvia for me being a third, actually. Everyone else, I'm looking at their photos right now. I'm like, I don't even know who you are, even though I've
You remember
clearly watched.
Madison though.
I don't. I'm looking at a photo of her, and I
She's
don't
really
remember her at
cute,
all.
petite, and she was like all into Tony and they'd fight and then she
They
got
also have
pregnant.
pregnant. Oh gosh, I
Oh,
don't even
she
remember
only
that.
got pregnant on the show, but she definitely has this
But
baby
they
now.
also have like less episodes.
That's true.
The seasons that I used to watch had like twice as many episodes, and I would really get the feel for these people. And that's why I know all the old school people so much better. I'm like looking at this, and it's like 13 episodes. I'm like 13 episodes. No, from 8 years ago. No wonder I have no idea who you are.
Yeah, but this season wasn't good. I didn't like any of them, really. Me neither. Such a bad casting. Haha, I like Madison, and then they were mean to her, right? Okay, so let's see what. Whoopsie. What's the verdict here for Sylvia? Sylvia, how are you going to do this season? Huh? Okay. That's not a good card either. So, she got the Lovers in reverse. So, again, blocked energy. This is from the Major Arcana. It's the number 6. And that's blocked, or like there's going to be some obstacle. Usually the Lovers card is things working out and things coming together. It's the card of Gemini, where I'm wondering if maybe a Gemini is going to get in her way, because there are a few Geminis, I believe, this season. And I think that I saw on something, we didn't watch the trailer yesterday, but I think I saw a long time ago that she's like gets in fights with people. So
always.
The Geminis are Tina, okay. Kellyanne's also a Gemini, both of which are people that don't back down to a little bit of an argument. So I'm wondering if she's going to get in an argument with maybe Tina or Kellyanne, and they throw her down into the pit and she gets blocked. So maybe around, I don't think she makes it to the final. Even though it's a Major Arcana card, it's kind of depicts that she's going to do a little bit well. She's not going to be the first boot, I don't think, but I don't think she gets too far into the game. So I'll guess 6th episode, she's going to be taken out by a Gemini. So either going head to head against one, or they're going to throw her down because they have the power. That's my guess for her.
Okay.
What do you got?
I have 3 of clubs. Like, no, this isn't good. It's like very little growth, very little, furthering themselves, kind of, because we're asking how they're going to do in the season. So, I mean, honestly, if she was one of the first boots, I would say that lines up. So, very, very low growth card progression. I don't see there long, which I actually like seeing her, kind of maybe stir the pot a little bit or whatnot. So, yeah, but I think she's going to fall victim to something very early in the game.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see if we're right here, because at least we'll find out right away.
Sure.
So next up is Ronnie. Do you remember Ronnie?
No.
People are reminding us that she was in Inferno 1. That literally was 20 years ago.
I'm visual. I need photos.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Names, I'm like, no idea.
I don't remember her. I kind of remember her old school picture, but her new picture, I don't.
Who?
I don't know. You pull first, babe.
I would tell you in a court of law that I've never seen this person before.
Let me find her back in the day for you.
Okay, let me just get a feel here. I don't have much to connect with because I don't know who this person is. But okay. And I'm definitely feeling that in the cards. Okay, here we go. What do we have? King of Spades. Okay, so for me, she's going to team up with someone, and I actually see them going far together. So I think it's like kind of under the radar, as you know, not an immediate target by any means, and actually doing really well. I actually can see her being in the finale. I'm going to go ahead and say someone who really powers through and teams up with the right people. But I see it very much being kind of because of who she's aligned with, as being like instrumental in being the person who gets her further because of that. So I don't know that she's going to, like, with the spades, I feel like there's going to be hurdles that she needs to kind of like power through, but I don't know if that's her or I think it's probably more of who, you know, the guy who she's like seemingly partnering with to kind of get further. So
I'm wondering if the guy is going to be Darrell here, according to this comment. That could be a great pair up. And this is what she used to look like. So you might be more familiar with that version of her.
I mean, no, she looks great. She looks the same to me, but I don't know who that is.
Okay, let's see what my cards have to say about Miss Ronnie. I like that there's a lot of Sagittarius and or fire and air, which I think is going to make for some fights, maybe some good strategy.
I really want like at least one Libra, but you know,
there's no Libra, babe. I'm sorry. I would too. I want to marry a Libra. They're both good looking of the side for me. Oh, darn. Okay, so I got the 9 of Cups in reverse. So upright, this card would be like, it's like good luck, the lucky, make your wish. Your wish is going to come true, but that's reverse. So it's blocked. So this would tell me that maybe, as your card suggests, she gets to the end or very close to, but she does not win. It's kind of like something stops her from getting the good luck, the wish fulfilled. Yeah. It's like this guy's super smug, right? He's sitting there because he's like, ha, 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 look at all my cups. I'm winning here. But in the block position, I'm not winning. But I think she's going to get close. So I predict a final run for her.
Yeah, I definitely think. I mean, like I said, I would have wanted to see diamonds or something like that if there was like a win there. But I feel as if, you know, maybe that hurdle doesn't come until the end, and that's what, you know, holds her back. But it's definitely, you know, I think she does well considering, and we will be seeing a lot of her. So,
yeah, I want to see what she's like again. Be reintroduced to her. Hopefully she's going to bring some fire because she's a Sagittarius. We have Naya. Do you remember Naya from another abysmal season?
Yes, I do. Hold on. Am I?
I'm going first. I think it's me. Lord have mercy. Where's this Naya picture? I know it's here somewhere. So Naya, I'm interested to see what she's like coming back. You know, she, on her original season of The Real World, it was such a nasty season where there's a lot of things that were going on racially with her and Jordan, but she's always getting in fights with people, and it was just pretty messy. And then she kind of made her debut onto the challenge, and she was, I think she was dated Leroy a little bit, and she got into a lot of kind of messy situations, and she gotten taken out of almost getting to the final. I can't remember what the name of the season was, but she got taken out for pretty much assaulting or trying to punch Jordan in his privates, and so she got taken out of the game.
See,
So
I know the name, but it's like I don't really, and there being controversy around it or something, but I don't actually know who she is in that sense, like as a player or a person. I don't know.
Well, you're gonna know right now.
Yeah, she doesn't even look familiar with me. I think it's one of those weird situations where I know the name more than I do looking at the person. So
she's pretty tall. She has a lot of attitude. She thinks she's the best, kind of, you know what I mean? A lot of bravado. So I'm just curious to see how she's gonna do.
She's 33, still young, so probably hasn't grown out and calmed down a lot either from all of her crap before. So
sorry, Natalie said, I watch your fantasy chats for the challenge. I want Alton to come back. I forgot about Alton, to be honest. I would have put him on my list instead of some people. I forgot about him though. So Naya, 33, Aquarius. So she's kind of on the cusp. She's the 20th of January. But I think that's still Aquarius. So I guess I have to like her a little bit more. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, so for Naya, I pulled the 9 of Swords. So this card is usually like people wrestling with untruths that they've created up in their mind. It's kind of like they've created this nightmare. Look at this person is holding his head and they're waking from a nightmare. And so I'm wondering if she is going to be trying to be really strategic, but kind of overplaying her hand, thinking too much and maybe not with people that value what she has to say. So I think that she's going to get maybe caught strategically, or she's going to have too many alliances. Like I think that she's going to allow her strategy to get in the way of her success in this game. So it's a 9. So a 9 means moving decently into the game. Definitely not a winning card. I would say that I don't think she gets to the final here. I think that she gets taken out, and I think that the biggest problem is that she probably talks too much, strategizes too much, has too many fingers in too many pots.
Do we see the drama for her this season, or
maybe she's going to create the drama? Like, look at her head; you're holding her head, so maybe she's going to be talking to too many people, getting in too many fights. Like, it's a lot of air energy, right? And she's an air sign, so that's going to do with mental activity. That's going to do with talking. That's going to do with could be fights. So I think that she's going to be involved in a lot of that kind of energy, a lot of air energy.
All right.
Verbal fights.
Yeah, verbal. Okay, let's see what I have then. Oh, I was just talking about this yesterday that I do keep these in the deck on purpose. I got a Joker. So this is the ultimate wild card for me. And so I think that I think she's going to be up to some antics. Not a winning card, but up to, kind of having that anything's possible minus the winning, but anything's possible element to her. It's very kind of unstable in the sense of like you just don't know what's going to happen and where they're going to be. So I mean personally I feel as if she probably goes mid to 3/4 of the way through. That's just my own vibe about it, but having a Joker card can literally mean you are up to just about anything, and I think she's capable of it. So
I think that like if I put that with this card, I can see them like her conspiring, her plotting. You know what I mean? So that could be what this card means.
I asked
like
if there was going to be drama, and it says that there's going to be some drama. So yeah.
I can definitely see that with Naya. All right. Next up is Melinda. Do you remember Melinda from last season?
Of course, yes. From just even before that, I know. Yes, I definitely remember Melinda, and I enjoy Melinda.
Me too. If I can find
Leo,
her.
38, my age.
Yeah, she's born in 83.
Yeah.
Melinda, I mean, she's looking gorgeous. I don't know if she's going to have the same really great season like she did season 2. But I'm happy that now she's someone I look forward to seeing how they do in the game, as opposed to before being like last pick, like who cares? Now I'm kind of like I'm interested in what could happen. Who do you got?
Okay. So is it me? Do I go first? Yeah. Let me just hold on. A little biased because I enjoy Melinda and she's very like comforting and just I don't know. Like I would definitely, if I was in the game, I would be absolutely trying to work with her and kind of aligning. Hold on one second.
It's just so funny, like how like astrological signs work is that I really do enjoy usually the people that I get along with sign wise, right? Like I would probably get along with Melinda. I'd probably get along with Tina. I'd probably get along with Veronica, even if they're like the mean girls or whatnot. Even Jemmy, I'd probably be able to get along with her. And there's signs that like I'm compatible with, and so it's always just very interesting to see who I don't mind their antics, and then other people I'm just like, ugh, you're the worst, and it's like because they're a Scorpio or something.
Yeah, and I don't really follow, the signs all that much when I meet people. I don't ask them what they are and all those stuff. So I don't really notice. But even just doing this, I find like Leos for some reason are very like comforting to me as people. Like you know what I mean? So anyway, this is the card that I got.
6 of Cups.
6 of Hearts.
That's what I meant.
And so with 6 of Hearts, yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't see her making it to the end. I see her doing kind of 3/4 of the way through. Yeah, I mean, you're going to be rooting for her. You're going to want her to do better than she does. But and we're still going to like her. We're still going to feel the way we feel about her. But at the same time, it's not her season to win, unfortunately. So about 3/4 of the way through.
She has too many obstacles to overcome and too many big personalities, too many people that are probably going to be playing harder. And she's going to be on the right side of the numbers. So she will most likely be her, Wes, Nehemiah, those people will all be together for sure. I'm not sure who else they're going to bring in, but like I do feel like that's going to be a dominant alliance. Obviously, Latarian is going to be someone that's going to be in there with her. Now, if it ends up being that they break up into teams and she ends up with Latarian, I don't know if he's good enough to be able to make them a super strong team like she was with Nehemiah. If she's with Nehemiah again, I think that they have a really great chance. I just don't know if she's going to get to the point where they're in pairs or what this actual format is. So she might get taken out early because she should have gone out early, but Tina quit last season. So it might be she doesn't get that lucky break and she might get taken out kind of at a similar spot where she would have originally been taken out. So yeah, I see maybe from your card before the final for sure, maybe halfway through the season. So let's see what my card says though. And yes, Ginger Ale, I really connected with Melinda's story last season as well. Okay, so this is another 9. So it's interesting. There's quite a few 9s that I've pulled so far. 9s is kind of like almost at completion, but this is blocked. So if we're talking about placement, I would say right before the final being taken out. When I see this card upright, I usually say badly bruised but not broken. If that's blocked, so maybe she does hurt herself again and gets taken out, or just maybe she gets gassed out and isn't able to complete something, and maybe she's medically DQ'd. I'm not sure, but I don't see her making the final. If anything, it's going to be right before the final, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's something medical that might be preventing her from advancing.
Okay.
I hope not, though. I hope everything's good, but I wouldn't be surprised if something blocked her from getting further in the game.
Right.
And since we, medical evacs are things that could happen, and if I think if this card is badly bruised and not broken, like maybe it's that something happens physically.
Yeah.
So 9 of Wands for Melinda. All right, next up. Oops. Is, you probably remember her, Kendall.
Kendall, 42.
Oh my God, you don't remember her.
I don't remember Kendall.
I can't
like, I know the name, but I'm trying to picture the face, and I'm like, first of all, you caught me on a Sunday afternoon. I'm like, I don't know anybody on a Sunday afternoon. Okay.
Okay. Well, clearly you don't remember Kendall. Well, Kendall,
Kendall?
she definitely she will also be in with Darrell. So she was on road rules with Darrell. She won her original season of the challenge. She did that brick breaking whatever elimination against Leah that was out first last season. And so she's good. She's really good physically. She does yoga. She's has great endurance. She's good friends with Kellyanne. But last season she got taken out because she hurt her rib. But apparently it was also because she was given COVID from one of the crew members. She had her son that was her little coach because she's scared of jumping.
I vaguely remember her, but I don't remember. She got COVID from one of the crew members.
That's kind of like the rumored story.
I mean, I vaguely remember her from, and even just last season or whatever it was. But I just, for some reason, I mean, if she's original Road Rulers person, for some reason I don't know if it's the structure of the show, but I remember Real World people a heck of a lot more than I remember Road Rules, unless they've been on the, specifically the challenge. But yeah, I don't know. Is she the one with a skin condition on her face, maybe?
I mean, her skin isn't great. I don't know if she has a specific condition other than maybe
I think there was like
acne?
some patches. No, I don't think it was acne. Like a sexual condition. Like, I don't know if it's eczema or something like some sort of like skin condition on her face. I think she was the one with that. Maybe it was some sort of darkening. I don't even want to say. Well, I don't think it was a birthmark or anything like that, but just something like that. And what did you get?
We got this card yesterday for somebody. So Judgment card is right before the end of the journey of the fool, the fool's journey of the ego. And so it comes right before the world, which is completion of a cycle. And so this is Judgment. So it's kind of like she gets to the end and then that's in reverse. So she's blocked from getting to the end. So I would say that she is a third placer here, but is running the final. It's major arcana. So major life events and changes. I know that if she's coming back, she's going to want to have better showings because she showed a lot of promise in season 1. Season 2, she kind of got taken out unfairly because it was a medical DQ. And so I think she's coming back this time around with the getting at least to the final. I don't think she's going to win the final. If this was an upright world card, I'd say she was 100% winning the final. But right now, this just looks like she gets really close. And then she's prevented by somebody else, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so she actually does have Ehlers-Danlos EDS syndrome, which is I just looked it up, but it's I remember this now that's coming up because I was like, ooh, I know someone with this. And although you can develop like skin irritations and issues as well, which is what I remember seeing, it's actually a like, here, I'll just read it. Weakens the connective tissues of your body, like tendons,
I know that.
that hold parts of your body together. makes your joints loose and your skin thin and easily bruised.
So like you can like pop out your shoulder type of thing
Yeah, but I
easily.
think what we're seeing was like some sort of like bruising or whatever on her skin because of
Maybe.
that you see, and like discoloration and pigmentation and all that kind of stuff because of it. So that could be dangerous for like some sort of, a lot of physicality to it. I would not compete in these shows if I had something like that. It's I always am worried for it, but I already pulled my card before I even looked that up. Let's see what it is. Okay, 8 of clubs. We've gotten that a few times. That's a half decent card. It's I think we had that yesterday with 2 people, Wes and there's someone else.
Tyler.
Yeah, so I don't know if she would ever team up with these people or what the situation is, but just seeing that they all are kind of on the same, like there's 52 cards in the deck. I'm getting the same card for 3 people. It's there's some sort of connection there, and I do see it being she does fairly well. A lot of growth from last season, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if those are also people that she's linked to somehow closely in the game.
That I definitely will be watching for that, and definitely looking at some of the patterns with people that have similar cards to see if there's any sort of things that are interwoven in their games, or how their placements and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
very interesting. I too don't think that I would compete if I had a condition where I could easily pop out a rib or a shoulder or dislocate something. I don't think
Break,
I'd.
yeah, like ligaments and things. Like it's so,
Seems
and
painful.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
So Kellyanne, do you remember Kellyanne, Jonathan?
But of course,
But of course.
Kellyanne. How's Kellyanne still only 35?
I mean, I feel personally because of like I don't know if she got plastic surgery or what,
Oh,
but
she absolutely got
she
plastic surgery.
changed her face. She doesn't look the same anymore.
No, it's completely different face. I feel like every time I see her, she has a different face. You just showed me that photo and you said, "Who is that?" I would not say Kellyanne. I think Kellyanne's on her 3rd face, but that might be Photoshop. So, but as a person on the show, definitely has had a lot of plastic surgery, whether it's fillers, injections, Botox. It has to be at least fillers as well, because Botox alone doesn't change the structure of your face, I feel like. So
Like her
all that
original
much
face was
does.
so not that she's not a beautiful woman now, but it just like her original face is so different. I'm trying to find it.
Well, it makes her feel like, that's why I said she's only 35, because I feel like she's aged herself so much, and a lot of people who get a lot of work done do just that. They take it to that extreme where it really ages you. So
yeah, I'm always like, oh, you look good. Not her, but like to some people that I know that have gotten plastic surgery, they're in their early 30s, and I'm like, oh, you look good for 50. Like it's like
yeah.
they look.
And you know what? And from a casting perspective, we all notice it, we all talk about it, and producers, directors, all the people who make those decisions, all the executives, and no one likes it. No one likes it. A little,
It's like completely different face. It's like the face of someone like 35 years older.
Yeah. And if you told me she was 50, I'd been like, okay, she looks good for 50. So like she probably did, some good work for 50. But the fact is she's 35. I mean, just get some retinol and, good moisturizer and you're good to go. You don't need all of that crap. So.
I know. I mean, she was just such a little cutie. Her just normal face. She's obviously still very beautiful, but like, I just liked her normal face better.
Yeah.
It just looked natural. Anyways, we shouldn't really talk about people's appearance, I guess. But it's just something that I've noticed is that I don't recognize the same girl that was like dating Wes and like, like and throwing up in Kahaina's bed. And like, it just doesn't seem like the same girl. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, people put themselves out there to be on shows like this. You can talk about anything. It's like, we're not talking about their personal life. It's like I'm sure they're very aware, and I'm sure she probably doesn't shy away from speaking about it. So,
and I would never comment on her like pictures or anything like that.
You're very good looking. It's not something we're saying that it's not something that you we feel like you needed. But again, we don't know your life. We don't know your medical history, all that stuff. So, okay. Am I pulling first? Or, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Kellyanne for kind of, being a competitor, being someone who's going to speak up on her behalf no matter what. She's not this like wallflower or anything like that. So let's see what the card says. Ace of clubs. So, ace is either a 1 or an 11. I'm actually going to go, I want to say it's an 11 for her, but I really genuinely feel like it's more of the 1. And it's not like a 1 in a good way, like the soul, anything. I think the vibe that I'm getting off is she doesn't do very well.
Oh man.
It's a growth card. It's, I just don't think there's much growth. So, I think that what was the last Kellyanne? Was she on any of the previous seasons? What was she last
She
on?
was on
I can't remember.
season 1. She made the finals, tied for 3rd with Jonay. Was she on season 2? Oh my gosh, my brain.
This can mean so much because this can mean that, it's kind of like on par with how you did last time. It could mean that you are really the winner. It could. But for me, just seeing it with the vibe that I'm getting, I don't think she does very well. I think she's an early out for some reason.
She will have
I don't know.
Wes, maybe to
I
protect
know.
her.
And I think she has everything to make the end, like potentially. I think that I'm going against the odds saying that she's an early out. So I don't know.
Okay.
Why.
The card fell exactly like this. So I don't know if it's upright or so.
Turn
Which
it
way do you
sideways.
think? Which way? Just the sideways?
Some sort of duality to it.
Okay, so this card, the 6 of Cups, is usually about memory, reminiscing, nostalgia. So I can maybe go along with maybe there's going to be nostalgia in how she placed before and how well she's done in the past, because maybe she doesn't do as well this season as people are expecting her to do. If it was upright, yeah, definitely nostalgia. It's a cup though, so cups are usually about emotions and intuition. It's definitely not a card about winning. I would want to see clubs. I want to see even diamonds, pentacles. If I was seeing a winning card, this is it wasn't even determining whether it's upright or in reverse. It was sideways. It's about nostalgia and cup energy. So maybe she's going to be all in her feelings. Maybe she's not going to be able to get along with Wes, and maybe she will end up like sacrificing herself for not wanting to be in the game with him. Because I can see her getting kind of stubborn and doing something like that for sure. So yeah, something about her past, I think, is going to prevent her from moving forward and doing very well in this game. So whether it's Wes, whether it's other things, whether it's other personalities coming back into the game, I don't remember what her relationship is with like Veronica and such. And so maybe there is some bad blood there. Who knows? I'm trying to think of the island. None of them were on the island, but maybe some past traumas like that we don't know about that she's had with some of these characters that are coming back from a long time ago. So yeah, it seems like the past is going to be haunting her, and it's not going to allow her to achieve kind of the same position that she would have achieved in this season 1. 6 of Cups sideways. Huh?
Not very successful from it. Our cards, it seems, this season. Kellyanne, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, Kellyanne. She was like the number 1 girl pick in one of the drafts that I did. Not for me, but all right. Next up is
potential. So
we were say again.
I said she has all the potential of a really
Absolutely.
great player. So I mean, who knows?
I was reading her for her that season where it was her and who was it, Sarah, that were like running and they're trying to like beat Susie and all the guys, and they were doing really, really well, and then they lost. Kayla, do you remember Kayla? We just talked about her slightly.
Yeah, I need a face. I don't know anyone's names.
She just got married to Sam Bird. She was having a little situationship with Bear. If you're going to choose Bear to have a certain situationship with and cheat on your fiance with, it's like, ugh.
Oh, I didn't know any of that information, but I don't enjoy her. I don't enjoy seeing her. I think she's not someone who, I don't know, she seems just like not necessarily like a mean girl. I mean, maybe, but just kind of not my people at all. So I don't know. Don't enjoy her.
She's in the Holy Trinity with Jenna and Nani.
Which I like. As conflicted as I feel about those other two, I like them much, much, much better than Kayla.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I feel I like them both better than Kayla. I'm not a Kayla fan either. You know, I didn't really like her when she was her first season, when she was kind of canoodling with Corey, and then she got like wasted and peed, and he peed in her bed. Yeah, I think she peed in the bed, and it was just not that drunken moments need to follow you that far, but just there's a lot about her personality that I never really jived with, and I just remember some of those things that she showed, and it's just kind of like it didn't add on to somebody that like I already didn't really care for.
Yeah, she's not someone I hate while watching her. I'm like, oh, get off my screen. But it's someone that I don't enjoy. So
I'm not rooting for them if she goes down against someone. I'm like, okay, yeah, she can go. Hopefully that she can beat the other person. Oh boy.
did she get a good card?
Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. That's like a Queen of Diamonds, Jonathan. So Queen of Pentacles, this particular one is considered to be like Martha Stewart, able to make money about in the material world. Oh my God. Pardon?
What? Sorry. I said insider trading.
Okay. I mean, that is the material world. This is a shocking card to me. So this is telling me that she might actually get pretty far in the game. Maybe she's going to be teaming up with Wes. We know that Wes is, you know, is willing to work with anybody to make to make his game better. And so she doesn't really seem, if I can think of, have that many friends. Maybe she's friends with Sylvia, not sure. But I could see her linking up with a Wes or something, somebody that she knows from the main show that she could be like, let's work together, and she'll just like stick with them. But this tells me that she gets some money. Like she gets her hand on some money, and this could be, it was one of the most winningest cards, definitely out of the women so far. So if I could see her winning the season because of this. We know she's physically fit. She's the youngest. She's the only person that's not in her 30s, 40s, or 50s. The average age of the season is 39, and it's because she pulls down that average, being only 29. So she's 10 years younger than the average age of this cast. So she might just be able to physically do better than all of them, just because literally decades less of abuse on her body. So
she's the baby.
She's a baby. So this baby might take the W because she's just going to be physically better than people 20 years older than her. So
I'm excited to see what card I pulled. Let's see if it supports that. I pulled it before, you pulled yours even, but I haven't looked at it yet. 8 of Spades, a lot of 8s. I actually think all the 8s are going to be working together. That just came to mind. So the 8 of Clubs, 8 of Spades. So this tells me does well. Will have. Did I pull 8 of Spades already today for someone?
King of Spades. No 8 of Spades, I don't think.
Okay. So.
Oh wait, yes. Sorry, Veronica.
Yeah. So these double cards are like so interesting because there's so many options, yet I'm getting double cards. But I think she does better. I think a lot of the 8s are going to be working together. A lot from today and yesterday. Having said this, so hurdles they'll have to get through, they'll get through them together. It's one of the higher numbers. I mean, to me, it's not saying winner necessarily at all, but even though it's the same card, I'm getting a better vibe off of her than I am Veronica. So I think she does do better than Veronica. I would say my guess would be 3/4 of the way through, could make the finale, maybe just before but this doesn't say winner to me specifically. So if I was to combine it with your card, that'd be something totally different. But just this alone does well though this season, at the very least.
Well, and mine could so far, like that's a most winningest card, but there could be other cards that could be considered more of a winner card. This could just mean winning some money. We'll see how it goes.
Those 8s are going to work together. I'm telling you.
So Melvin thinks that Kayla's weak. Yeah, she's weak, but she's also 20 years younger than some of these competitors. And so just that alone, like I would be physically intimidated by somebody her age, because she's that much younger than me and still she works out a lot.
Yeah.
She's definitely very much physically takes care of her body. And not to say that the other women don't, but they've also had 15 years of wear and tear on their body that she hasn't experienced yet.
Kellyanne, who's only 35, so 6 years older, I think is superior as far as being more athletic. And so I mean, I would say anyone who's in their 20s or 30s obviously has a leg. There's something that happens in and around like close to 40. I mean, at least for me, that I feel like just is a little switch in your body that says it's going downhill. So like late 30s. But so I feel like Kellyanne still has the physicality to her. And anyone 35 or under, I would say is kind of in that same boat.
For sure. Totally agree. So Debut says, wasn't there a rumor of Melinda and Literian hooking up? Yes, there was a rumor. I don't know if that happened last season or in between seasons, or if it's going to be something that continues on this season. But I would like to see it because I like them both enough.
I don't like Literian. I don't want to see that at all.
Hi, Jess. Thanks for being here. Melvin says, I feel that they will use Kayla to do their dirty work. Absolutely. If she's going to be winning power, they're going to flock to the power. So 100% I can see Tina and all the other mean girls, Tina, Veronica, Jemmy. I don't remember if Jemmy likes or dislikes Kayla. I feel like it's more like a dislike, but we'll see what goes down. Okay, we have 3 more left. So we got Jonay, another youngin. She just won last season. Let's see how she does this season.
Who's playing first? You or me?
You are.
Okay, Jonay. What do we got? Let's see. Oh, I mean, 5 of diamonds. It's a diamonds card, finances, money. It's a winning card, but the numbers are not super high. I could actually see Jonay making it to the finale again. I don't see her winning, but I can definitely see her, making it towards the end, maybe get some money for making it towards the end or in the finale. So, yeah, I think she's going to do well again. She is very, and this is just my observation, it has nothing to do with the cards, but she's just very kind of level-headed and has this kind of overview, I feel like, and knows kind of like when to say something, when not to, and like who to speak to, and like just knows her position and plays it well. So, I mean, I actually don't see Jonay ever doing terrible in these games moving forward. But I mean, so for me, I'll say the finale, but not a winner.
All right, let's see what Jonay gets from me. It's a good card. Decent card. So this is a 6 of Wands. This is usually about public recognition, applause, people cheering for the person coming back from war. And so this could mean that she's able to still make it to the end. It could also, though, mean in terms of this particular game and who she is, that people will recognize that she just won and maybe not allow her to get that far. So usually this is a successful card that like people are going to give you the applause for the achievements that you've made. Mm-hmm. But I'm wondering if in her case that it's, we'll give you the applause, like good job last season, but we're not going to let you win again. So I'm not sure how it's going to play out, but this is generally a good card. So it's usually public recognition, applause, people appreciating your accomplishments.
Okay.
So
Very
I'm
good.
not sure how that's going to play out. 6 of Wands. Because, like, I guess because what's coming in for me personally is I'm like, I just don't see any of these people letting her get to the end and win again. She's never been down in elimination for 2 seasons, and she's gotten to the final both
Yeah.
times. I just don't see anybody knowing
On
those stats and allowing that to happen again.
yeah, on paper it's a thing, but I mean, I obviously play a lot of online reality games, and it's surprising how many repeat people that make it to the end, and people just let it happen. So it's because there's something about them that kind of overpowers kind of what you see on paper, and you kind of forget that almost. And I do feel like she has that ability to really,
Chameleon and just like
yeah, not kind of put that on the forefront, just like, remember, I'm the winner. But yeah, so I think
so. Next up is Jemmy.
Jemmy, no, I'm so conflicted with Jemmy because it's not someone that I originally liked at all for any of this. But then, like, Queen of Confessionals, let me tell you, love the kind of little, like, comments, and I actually like seeing her on the show for entertainment purposes. But as a person, I don't know how I feel like. I don't know. I didn't love her in the original seasons of anything. So,
No,
but
I mean,
do enjoy
definitely.
watching her now.
Definitely, she's come a long way. I used to find her annoying, and now I kind of appreciate that she knows, kind of like how Wes knows his place in the franchise. She kind of does as well. She recognizes what I appreciate about All Stars is because it's about characters and people and personalities coming
Yeah.
together to play a game, as opposed to the complete pandering for Instagram followers and stuff like that. She knows that that's not what is special about the show. And so I really appreciate that she comes at these seasons more so of a fan, as opposed to some of the people that are in the new series that's never seen the show before. She's a fan of the real world. She went on that show. She's a fan of Road Rules and the challenge itself. And so I like that about her. And I like that she doesn't want things to be boring. So,
Yeah, and she's
but in a
very
way that I don't find
self-aware.
obnoxious. Yeah, exactly.
Very self-aware. Yeah.
All right, let's see Jemmy. How's Jemmy going to do this season? Did a card just pop out? Tell me.
You wait for them to pop out on their own.
Sometimes, or like one that really stands out. Not a good one for Gems. So Jemmy got the 2 of Wands in reverse, blocked energy here. Wands are about passion, fire, and creativity. The 2 of Wands is usually things coming together so you can actualize the world that you have at the palm of your hands. But that's kind of out. Like it's the kind of meat that she has the world in the palm of her hands, but she falls out of it. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So what this could mean is that maybe she takes a hit for her team. Maybe she has potential of doing better, but she kind of allows other people to move forward instead of her. It just shows that she doesn't get too far, and I'm wondering if it's to benefit other people that she's working with, like laying on her sword for maybe her alliance. But it's kind of like she has the world in her hands, but she lets it fall out of her grasps. So it's a 2. So 2 are things coming together, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it comes to completion. It's right at the beginning of a cycle. So this would say that to me that Jemmye doesn't get as far as she did on her first season, which was the finale. It's pre-finale boot for me. Oh,
Pre-finale boot. Okay, let's see what I have.
like even maybe close to the beginning.
Okay, so 7 of Spades. So again, we've seen a few like 8 of Spades and things like that. I'm gonna relate that to those. I actually think she does worse than those people. So, but it's not a bad card overall, and it's very, headstrong, which Jemmy is, and it's very kind of like pushing forward, a lot of hurdles. I just think she's gonna fall short of that. So for me, it's more middle of the season. But not a bad card. And I think that if everyone else's card was lesser, this would seem better. But we've had a lot of eights. We've even had some eights of spades. So the fact that she's falls just kind of short of that is, I do think that's her placement this season as well, is just shy of a lot of those people. And I think a lot of those people are at least 3/4 of the way through, if not finale. So I would say at best just past half season, but it's in like and around
6-ish.
Yeah. Is there 10 episodes? Is that what they do? I forget.
I think so.
But yeah, so but I would just say in and around halfway through is what I would place her. So not terrible, but falls short for something, and just underneath those other people, those eights. So I wonder if they, she's a part of that group as well, and she's the first sacrifice of them somehow, or if it's tied into that. But
I wonder if she's going to be forced to go against her best friend, and she loses. So for with my card, so maybe if she has to go up against Veronica, which is somebody that has the 8 of spades, and she loses to Veronica, because 2s are usually partnership things, coming together, working together closely with somebody or something. So I'm wondering if that could mean she goes down against Veronica, or goes down against, who are the other 8 of spades? Kayla, and doesn't come out victorious against those two. So maybe that's what my 2 means, is going against one of the 8s of spades that you're kind of suggesting, and doesn't win down in the elimination.
That rings true to me. That could be it. That could be it. So.
And our last person, I don't remember this woman, so I doubt I'm going to remember this person.
I love Cynthia. No, I don't know who she is.
I
need a photo. But 48, Scorpio. Okay.
I want these Scorpios to not get with it.
I have no idea who you are, Cynthia. Where did you even come from?
I don't remember her original seasons right now. So you're picking first, though.
Hold on. I will need to do Cynthia Roberts. The Real World Miami, and she was the winner of Road Rules.
Oh, I see what she looks like now. In her original season, I remember her there.
She competed on Battle of the Sexes too, as well. So she's a winner, baby. She's won before for sure, and has done well. Oh, okay.
I remember her face. Like, this picture doesn't look like her.
It's been a while, but she looks different for sure. But someone that I wouldn't like, seeing that original photo, I'm like, okay, but honestly, if she came back, like if you showed me a photo of her from a year after that, I still might not recognize her, because she wasn't that memorable to me, even though she is a winner of Road Rules, and was on Battle of the Sexes too. But let's see how we feel. Let me go with this one. Oh my gosh, literally just shuffled the whole deck and it's the same card. So 7 of spades. There is something about these spades people, and these numbers. So it's really weird. So I actually think, my initial gut reaction was I would think she would do terrible, but I think she's going to be somewhere along Jemmy as far as like placement, maybe kind of halfway through, in and about that, falls victim to maybe that group, or as a sacrifice of theirs for somehow. So as far as, if I just think about her and Jemmy, I would say she's probably the first to go out of the 2. But I definitely feel she might even be, just because I want to say halfway, if halfway was episode 5, she might even be in episode 4 elimination, but is combined in with them somehow. So it makes me really intrigued to watch the season and see how this all plays out, because
it puts a new layer of like
To me, they're all like, there's like some sort of group happening. Like I want to know what's going on. So
It's almost like it's a little bit better than a draft, even, because like we have rooted interest to understand how these cards might play out.
Yeah,
let's see.
exactly.
Also, Cynthia here.
Yeah, I want to see what you get.
How are you gonna do this season? This is an okay card. So I got the Knight of Wands for Cynthia. Knights are usually kind of the teenagers in the court cards. They're really usually pretty fiery, actionary. They go, 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 go. And that's of Wands. So that's of creativity. That's of, as you suggest, growth. And so I think she's going to be the little engine that could. I think that she's going, maybe they'll throw her down, kind of like how Ayana was thrown down and then she came out like a superhero, and she was thrown down again, but she was still able to come back out on top. So I do think that she's going to be fighting hard to stay. I don't know if she's going to be able to get to the end and win if I look at it in conjunction with your card, but I do see her having some successes along the way. I can see her, you know, winning at least one arena or elimination, whatever they're calling it this season.
Like an early target, but then is able to overcome that initially to last a few more episodes. Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm predicting for her. So I don't know if she's going to go down first, but maybe in the first few episodes, she'll go down. She will prove herself and come back out victorious. But then I don't think she'll get to the end still, though. I do think that she will be fighting along the way for her position. It's not a winning card. It's not necessary. It could be a final card, a finale card, but knights, like, there's still queen and there's still king. And so she's falling short of queens and kings for sure. So I feel like the queens and the kings would be more likely people that get to the final. And so I don't feel like she gets to run the final, but I think that she's going to have a valiant effort because most knights are valiant.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so those are all of our cards. Let me write that down for her. Knight of Wands.
Is she the oldest woman?
Woman. Yes, she is.
Okay, represent.
Yesterday we didn't watch them, so the trailer, but I haven't seen it yet, so I wouldn't mind watching the trailer. So let's see what Jelly Donut has to say. Jelly Donut says, I set a reminder for this live on my phone, then I started rewatching the challenge Final Reckoning and completely forgot. I'm so sorry. It is okay, Jelly Donut. We were almost done now anyways. It's all good. No problem.
I'm pulling a card for Jelly Donut.
Oh!
I don't even need to say anything about that, okay?
Well, actually, before we look at the trailer, do you want to pull a card for the season before or after? Well, maybe two cards, just so we can get a better idea of how the season's going to go. So we're going to do it before the trailer or after the trailer?
Okay, before. Let's do it now.
Okay. Let's do two cards.
Two cards. Okay. I will
or
pick
whatever you feel called.
A card and then a supporting card.
Let's see. While you're doing that, I'm going to pull up the trailer.
I got mine. Okay, so my initial pull is the Joker, a different Joker, but a Joker. And then a King of Clubs is my supporting card there. So, I mean, great season. That's what this says to me. Full of a lot of surprises and interesting things to come. So, I mean, these are great cards for.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let me just see what your cards are. Can you tell me what they are again for the season?
The season cards is the Joker, a different Joker than what we've seen earlier, and the King of Clubs.
King of Clubs. Okay, so definitely I would think that that's going to be a great season. Wild card, a lot of antics, people fighting to be there. A lot of people coming out on top and maybe then getting taken down. Like, what happens to kings? They rule, but what also happens to kings? They're overthrown. So I do think that there's going to be a lot of shifts in power. A lot of people rising to the top and falling. Definitely all over the place type season. That's fun.
Good season. Yeah. According to the cards, great season.
Interesting. Okay. So okay. So this one flew out. So this is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So blocked energy with people coming together. So that's telling me that there'll be a lot of alliances that come together and then people breaking these agreements or alliances. Like people seemingly are playing for themselves and playing to win, saying what they need to say, making connections that they need to make in order to move forward in this game. So this is like a growth card, usually like where people are building something together, working relationships, but that's blocked. So I think that maybe any of these alliances that we're expecting to happen, yeah, maybe they'll start off that way, but I feel like people are going to be turning against what we're expecting to happen alliance-wise. I also got the 8 of Cups. So this is usually a cup of like walking away from emotional situations. So I feel like because there's a lot of history with some of these players, I feel like that is going to be another undercurrent of some of the actions and how people react. So what happens when people are emotional about situation? Fights and arguments happens, like emotional reactions to certain situations. So I do think that's going to provide explosive, fights, explosive and unexpected, people being thrown down into the arena because they are reacting to past history and emotional relationships that they have with people. So I think a lot of fights are going to happen due to these emotional connections. But then also we got that wish card and it's upright this time. And so I think that with how it all is configuring out, that we are going to get our wish. We're going to have a really good season. Your wishes are command is what this card represents. And so it's really nice to see that despite all these fights and turmoil, we're still going to get our wish and have a good one. So that's fun. This sounds like a good season. I want to watch.
That sounds like a good season.
Sounds great. Now, all I need to do now is find the trailer, which I downloaded, but it decided to disappear because things are annoying today. Where would you be? Where would you be, darling? Where would you be? Is that it? Logos? No. Okay, maybe I'll have to just pull it up again. So was there anything that's okay? So, but while I pull this up, do you have a winner pick, a male and female winner pick, and then maybe a first boot pick?
I would have to. I know you wrote it down, but I'd have to see what I said on my cards because I'm going to let the cards do all the talking for themselves. So I do think we had. I would just go with like the highest diamonds. In particular, I think there was at least one. I don't remember what the cards were, but there was someone that I felt good about. I think that was yesterday.
Yesterday, the person you felt good about might have been Mark. So he had the 10 of diamonds.
Oh, Mark. Yeah. Mark is my winner pick for yesterday. And then today, I don't know what my best card for today was. There's a lot of 8s and a couple 7s. A lot of spades and clubs, but I know Melinda. There was a couple hearts, and then Melinda had some sort of someone had like a 5 of diamonds or 5 of hearts or something. But
Melinda had the 6 of hearts.
6 of hearts.
The diamond was Jonay with the 5 of diamonds.
Yeah, so I don't know. None of that really speaks. Maybe it's one of the 8s.
You also have Tina with the Queen of Hearts.
Oh gosh, maybe that's what I actually feel best about was Tina, and I just tried to block it out because I don't want Tina winning. So here, okay, Mark and Tina.
Okay, and who would you think would be the first boots most likely?
And I need to look at the cards, but hold on.
Low cards that you got. Well, what would you say would be like a losing or first boot card?
Yeah, it's the way I definitely interpreted some of it, because I know there were like a 1 and like 2 and today and yesterday and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I'd have to rethink about it, but I would say
if you just tune in to your intuition.
I would say that I don't know. I don't even know all the characters. I'd have to see them all again, all the people. So I don't know. Rewatch what I just said, and it's there somewhere.
Okay, fine. I'll let you off the hook. All right, so I haven't seen this yet. You can see the screen, Jonathan? Yay?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll play it from here, so hopefully they won't be like, give me a strike.
Now we're talking.
So my last
You can
breath,
hear
I
it,
will
right?
fight tooth and nail.
This is the most cutthroat game that has ever been invented.
This season, I've upped the ante, and I've only invited an elite group of competitors. Every competitor here has made it to a final.
I am determined to right this wrong.
I am not here to play a clean game. I'm here to play the messiest game you've ever seen.
This will be your biggest competition yet. Now we're talking.
I have never seen such savages.
Gone are the days of men running the game. I want us to dominate.
You don't come to a challenge not ready to win.
I'm gonna you guys up. I am gonna win.
This whole thing is like just stressing me out.
Come for that bitch's head. I want it all.
It's gonna be a wild ride, baby.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
The Challenge All-Stars, streaming May 11th exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Jonathan, that looks good.
There's a lot. I mean, it's so deceptive, the editing. I
I got goosebumps like from like head to my like arms and
I
fingers.
love how they like show you the helicopter coming off of ground and then cutting to someone's strap seemingly almost breaking, and them falling. I mean, obviously it's over water. Obviously it was done on purpose, but a lot of little trickery there. But yeah, I mean, it seems like it's very physical, especially for this and like some of the older crowd, like very physical. So.
Well, and just hearing though Wes saying like this is going to be the messiest game I've ever played. I'm like, Wes, your games are messy. Like if you're saying that like it is going to be wildly. I mean, obviously they created the ambiance of it with the surround sound and like, making it really cinematic. But like, I really did get a few times like chills like run through me because I'm like, I'm in it. So
Lots of slow-mos, lots of cutting to their, kind of not animated, but their background, which I do enjoy. But yeah, it seems like, I mean, I think you said someone could potentially injure themselves this season, and I can see that happening because it seemed very, very, very physical. And remember, was the last season or the season before where like 95% of them could not swim out like 20 feet? And,
season before,
it's like you're like, ugh. So I mean, how are some of those same people going to do this? It feels like, but yeah, we'll see, I guess.
So Dabu thinks Syrus and Cynthia will get the first boot. I could see Syrus getting a first boot. He's definitely. Oh no, my cards though were not bad for him. So you pulled the Jack of Clubs for him, and I pulled the Judgment in reversed. So
those are decent cards.
Those are decent cards. So maybe he's going to be able to like hide. There's all this messiness going on. Brad also kind of has a winning like configuration. Same with Mark. I don't even know. I agree. I don't know who's going to be a first boot. Maybe Derrick. Oh yeah, I had Ace of Wands for Derrick. So for me, Derrick's going to be a first boot. You pulled the Queen of Clubs for him. So that could be maybe at the hands of somebody else deceiving him.
Yeah, I was saying that he was his purpose in the game was for someone, like specifically a woman. So I feel like it's not his season, which could mean anything. It could mean I don't see him doing very well, but it could mean first boot. It could mean halfway through, but it's really like his narrative is for someone else. He's a supporting character.
So Dabu also thinks it'll be Wes and Sylvia that are the champions. So Sylvia, for me, she got the lovers in reverse and the 3 of clubs. Both for me don't feel as winning cards.
Were they eights
And
for me?
you said for her clubs, and for
Sorry, well,
Wes,
sorry, it cut out for a second. What was she?
3 of clubs.
Well,
And
3 of
for
clubs.
Wes,
So
you
not
have
good.
8 of clubs. You do.
So he's an 8. Yeah.
Wes could be
3
a winner. He has the King of Wands and Justice reverse, so he can get to the end. I'm not sure if he's going to win with that reversal card, but because maybe someone will get justice on him by taking him out of the game because he's been causing so much crap. So my winner pick would be I'll go with you and say Mark. That 10 of diamonds is really sparkly. 10 of diamonds is a very good card, I would say. And then women-wise, I would say I was surprised, but it was Kayla, Queen of Pentacles. That's a strong card, man. That's like the Queen of Diamonds. That's
And
like,
what did I put on? What did I say for Kayla? What was her card?
Kayla, you said 8 of Spades. So
Yeah, there's something about those 8s. I actually think that because it's a stronger card, and I feel as if they're getting together and they're working together. So I could see those 8s all kind of, a lot of them making the end and whatnot.
well,
And
we'll
hence that's
see.
good. Good.
Me too. Well, thank you, Jonathan. We've talked for a while today, so thank you for spending some of your Sunday with me. Thank you to Ryland.
Ryland's had enough and he wants to go out, and that's what we're gonna do. And I have a lot of work to do, so I'll get to it.
Okie dokie. Okay, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you,
I
everybody
can't
here
wait
in
to
the
see
chat.
season. It'll be so interesting to like rewatch these and see how accurate we were and what it all means. So I can't wait. And it
Me
looks
too.
good.
It does look good. So subscribe to the channel. We will be doing obviously recaps weekly, most likely on Wednesday. I believe this Wednesday I'll be going live with Fanta and Michelle, and we will be doing our draft picks for the men, and then the following week for the women, and then I think the week after that will be the premiere.
Don't show them this video so they don't have that.
I don't know if I will allow that to influence. Well, no, I will actually. I 100% will allow it to influence me. So please subscribe to the channel so you can be part of all the challenge all-stars fun that we have going on this season. And like this video if you're watching it afterwards, and let us know, who do you think is going to be winning this season, male and female, and who do you think will be the first boot? I want to hear your guys' thoughts. So thank you for being with us here today on a Sunday, and we'll see you Wednesday, I suppose. Bye.